Hello and welcome to Tuner Tips by Todderbert. In front of us we have the INIU. This is a 20,000 milliamp hour, 22.5 watt power delivery fast charging power bank. You can find these selling on Amazon for $32.99. Mine had a 20% off coupon, bringing the price down to $26.40. Not a bad deal for an awesome power bank. I didn't know much about the label, but I heard a lot of people recommend this one to me. I'm more of a fan of 000mAhs, but this has changed my mind, and we'll get to it. So there's the box it comes in. The Fast Charge Pro. There you go. I think that's BI-B5 model. Power delivery 22.5 watts. Okay, this model might have been around for a little while, for at least a year or two. Nice to meet you. Okay, 3-year warranty. There's the back of the box if you care. Nothing too spectacular there. Okay, took everything out to make this easy. Let's show you what you get in the box. So in the box, we're greeted with the star of the show, the power bank itself. Now, when I first got this, I went, oh boy, it's small. Now, I just reviewed the 000mAh Sense 6F, which is a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank. It was much bigger, much heavier. And I'm going to show them side by side, and we're going to compare them too, stat-wise and everything in this video, along with demoing this. So definitely stay tuned. What else does this come with? Charging cable, USB to Type-C. I got little dust covers on there. That's nice for traveling. You also get a carrying case, which is great, thoughtful. You know, look at that. It has their name on there. Nice mesh bag. Cool. Then you get some paperwork, a little card, Amazon thing. Make sure you're happy with your stuff. Welcome guide to your power bank. It's pretty basic stuff. I'll just go over posterity reasons here. We'll just show you charge your devices, charge the power bank. It takes a fast charge in of 18 watts. Expect a 6-hour charge time. In case I forget to mention it, I'll mention it now. Know the power level. Press the button, of course, to check it. It does have a built-in LED flashlight, which is pretty weak, but it's better than nothing, and it's kind of cool to have some type of light source attached to the device. I think almost every power bank should have something like that. And I think these are other languages. Okay, so we're done. That was it. Very simple guide. All right, so let's get rid of this stuff, and let's talk about the power bank. So let's do it off to the side. Yeah, so the small really threw me off on this thing. It's like the dimensions are just really dinky. So we have a length of 5 1/4 inches. We have a width of 2 3/4 inches. And we have a thickness of 1 inch. So we're going to do a size comparison here. I will show you the 000mAh Sense 6F, which I just reviewed. I got to bring this up maybe. Yeah, look at the difference in size. I saw this and I'm like, there's no way. How could this equal this? There's just no way possible. I'm like, this thing is totally small. Look at it. I mean, I don't know. It's just looking pretty small. Wonderful. So yeah, there's the 000mAh, and it's a 22.5 watt power delivery system, same as this. So these actually do very similar things. So yeah, they're almost equals, actually equals. Less money, and of course, this is it. This is much better power delivery. So you're going to see that in a second. We'll go over stats. Here is a 15,000 milliamp hour power bank, and that's what I thought I got. When I opened the box, I thought, oh man, it's the same size as a 15,000. So I do a lot of power banks, so I knew right away that how could that be 20,000? There's just no way. But it is. And my testing proved it. It's pretty amazing. So there you go. Size comparison. And I think that's pretty good there. All right, cool. So set that aside. I might bring the 000mAhs back out because it is a main competitor. That power ad I showed you, 15,000, is gone. I don't think they even make it anymore. They may or may not, depending. So yeah, let's go over features of the INIU, or however you want to say that. Bring it back down. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's pretty simple. Soft touch plastic. Some people like it, some people won't. But I'll be honest with you, if you're using this on a daily basis, this is never going to get sticky or be a problem. If you have it stored for 10 years, yeah, it might. But otherwise, don't worry about it. So it's got a really cool soft texture to it, and it's got rounded corners, so it's very comfortable. So whatever you store this in, be it purse, bag, whatever, you're not going to have any sharp edges. The 000mAh has a lot of sharp edges on it. This thing does not. It's rounded everywhere. Even on the front and bottom, it's rounded. So yeah, you're not going to have any sharp edges like its competitor. So that's got it going for it. I like the display here. So you hit the power button here on the side, and it displays it in percentage. Now this percentage is very accurate. I watched it go down, and I wrote down how much was consumed, and it is accurate all the way down to 0%. Very impressed with that. So sometimes these displays are way off. This one's dead on accurate. So just so you know, that's great. And a little lightning bolt will show up, and you'll get to see that when power delivery mode is active. That means 18 watts or higher. So yeah, and we'll talk about the power delivery here. Now, if you want to turn on the light, you to press the power switch, and you can see you get the little light going there. Double press again, the light goes off. And then if you want to see deck of cards, I forgot to bring that out. Let me see, I got a deck of cards here somewhere. Iron Man wants to make an appearance. Here he is. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves power banks made from INIU land. I always got to think before I say that. I have no idea if I'm saying it right, but who cares? Awesome power bank. This is the one I'm going to recommend. People recommend this one all the time on different channels that aren't even related to what I do. And yeah, they know what they're doing. It's definitely awesome. So, all right. More features. Business end. Yeah, the most important part. We have 2 USB outs and a Type-C input-output. And of course, our LED that you saw there. Starting with the Type-C jack, the input 5 volts, 3 amps, 9 volts, 2.25 amps input. So that's pretty nice. And like I say, expect a 6-hour charge rate at 18 watts. If your power block or power charger on the wall can deliver a higher amount than 9 volt, then it'll go faster. Here we have the, we better tell you about the output. Output on Type-C, important. 5 volts, 3 amps, 9 volts, 2 and 2.22 amps, and 12 volts, 1.5 amps. So pretty standard. These are pretty cool, these 2 outside standard USBs. They're actually QualComm 4.0 Plus certified, and 4.0 and 3.0. They output individually, if you're using just one at a time, 4.5 volts at 5 amps, 5 volts at 4.5 amps. That's pretty good if you're running a project that requires more than a couple amps output on the 5 volt line. Here, this power bank will provide 4.5 volts, 4.5 amps on the 5 volt line. That's pretty amazing. Also, 9 volts, 2 amps, and 12 volts at 1.5 amps. You can charge 3 devices at once, but expect it to divide it out. Probably 5 volts over 3 amps, meaning you'll have 1 amp on each one on the output. That's just how these operate. Okay, so it does not support through charging. So I hooked up my Type-C, plugged in a radio, and yeah, this dropped from power delivery mode down to 5 volts at like 1 amp input. My output was like 5 volts, half amp. So yeah, it might charge really slow, but it's not effective. So I'm going to give it a pass on the does not support through charging. But let's talk about what it delivered. Yes. This bad boy delivered, wait for it, drum roll please, 14,182 milliamp hours, or 73.34 watt hours. What? I'm just like, there's something wrong. There's no way. But it's true. The draw was 5 volts at an average of 1.5 amps. I use a iPad that I use for all my testing, for all my power banks to keep it pretty fair for everybody. And so if you do the math, it comes out to like 99% efficiency. That leads me to believe that the batteries they use in here are very high quality, high density, maybe above average on rated capacity. Maybe there are 11,000s sitting in here or 12,000s. I'm thinking they might be a little bit greater than 10,000 LiPo pouches. You know, they're usually these little pouch packs. I think it has 2 of them stacked, and I think they're higher rated than your standard. So very cool to hear that. This thing is amazing. It's probably one of the best rated delivered power that I've reviewed on a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank. So rock on. We're going to demo this thing, show you some fun, and do final thoughts. But yeah, right now, just go get one. I got links below. Pick yourself up one. If you're looking at a power bank, this thing's fantastic. It's compact. It's lighter weight. Now that's another thing. I don't know if I mentioned it. This weighs 365 grams, while this weighs 476 grams. What in the heck? Why is there a 100-gram difference? Or more. Well, yeah, over 110-gram difference between these two. And this one only delivered 12,878 milliamp hours, or 66.17 watt hours at 90% efficiency. So what does that tell you? I don't know. I like 000mAh. I still like 000mAh, but for money, you're going to get this one. Hopefully it has a dependability of 000mAh. I think it does. A lot of people buy this brand, so yeah. 000mAh, I don't know, man. Future, I'm going to go after these. That's just me. It's just, these are too good. All right, so let's demo it. Let's plug stuff in. It's going to take some time, but bear with me. It'll be fun. We're going to do some power delivery here. It is a fingerprint magnet here. You can see how it's picking up fingerprints on the lens because it's the high gloss area and nothing you can do about it. But let's plug in. I always bring this out. This is a cool one to demo. Why did I bring this camera up? This is a VC8 Plus by X-Star. It charges 8 batteries at once. I have 8 18650s in here. Pretty awesome, flat tops. And I'm going to show you this thing in action. Now, charging this in action here. So this takes 9 volts, 2 amps in, or 5 volts, 2 amps in. So it'll do the 18 watts total. So let's get a cable out. Now I think this is like upside down. Yeah, it's upside down. So I gotta plug my meter in. Now the meter might reset. It's just part of a meter thing. Whenever you're using a meter, sometimes the power banks don't like it and have to do a reset to recalibrate. So let's plug it into the charger and show you this thing take off. All right. Let's like to flip this wire over. All right, let's go ahead and plug this in. Okay, so we're probably going to see a reset. The X-Star is going to start booting up. It's going to try to do close to a half amp each. Now we can watch and see what the power bank does. Doesn't know what to do yet. Hasn't gone into power delivery mode yet. Now it's resetting. This is normal, again, because we're using a meter. Let me smooth that out of the way. All right, so now we're at the power delivery mode. So 9 volts. This will steady out at 2 amps once all the cells have figured out what they're going to do. Wait for it to steady out. Then I'll show you what it reads on the VC8. Get pretty close, and there it is. Steady output. 9.18 volts at 2 amps. And you can look here and see that each battery is being charged at almost a half amp each. So we'll go over to the second bank, and there you are. Pretty awesome. This is a great charger. And you can see it has no trouble. Now, the ones that have trouble, this will keep resetting. The charger can't handle it if this isn't delivering a nice steady 2 amp, 9 volts. So it's doing its 18 watt, no problem whatsoever. Bingo, loving it. And then if you look at the display here, it's showing 100%, and it is also showing the little lightning bolt, which is your power delivery symbol. So you know you're in power delivery mode. Yeah, rock on. Okay, so we're done with that. Cool little display. I like to do that one. That's a fun one. Set it off to the side there. Okay, next we're going to show you the, let's see, input. Yeah, we'll do an input real quick before I forget to do that. Again, setting the stuff off to the side. Bring in the, here we go. I got a X-Star QualComm 3.0 fast charger, 18 watt. It does 9 volts, 2 amps, which this is going to take. And I'm just going to look for a cable. Probably use this one. Off my demo stuff. We're going to demo some more. We're going to charge some devices. 3 devices at once. That's going to be great. So I'll plug this bad boy in. You already know my final thoughts on this power bank, don't you guys? Let's plug this in here. Now it's 100%, so I don't know what it's going to do here, but it does. Okay, cool. So it did default to the high power 9 volts. It's showing 1 amp because we're at 100%. But you can see that's how it flashes. That last digit's flashing and it changes. Percentage, and it shows again the lightning bolt symbol, which indicates fast charge. So we got the fast input charge going on. So there you go, rocking. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and charge 3 devices. So there's our input charge. All right, so what could you charge with this? Well, we're going to go over a couple things that you'd find yourself charging in the field for this. So let's go ahead and, I guess, bring my light back over. Yeah, there we are. Okay, cool. I'm going to start bringing some stuff into charge now. I'm a radio channel, right? So we're going to charge a radio. we're going to charge. Let's see what I got handy over here. I have a Texan PL330 single sideband radio. Awesome radio. It uses a BL5C battery, which is a low capacity battery, 1000 milliamp hour. You can expect almost 14 charges from this power bank. Amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in. Now I noticed on this power bank, some power banks are okay. So this one here will reset a little bit, but it's really quick and almost non-noticeable when you plug in the Type-C after you've plugged in your USBs. So we're going to plug our USBs in first. So here we go. We're charging the Texan. You can see I want to charge status mode. It's the flashing icon for charge. And this is the elapsed time for charge right there. Okay. So now we're going to bring in another USB, which is something interesting here. This is a little 14500 cell with a Type-C connection. Now this you'd find like in a flashlight like the Pokelight. This is the Ace Beam Orange Edition. I love orange, as you can tell. This is an awesome flashlight. And this battery came in here, so a nice high output battery for a AA. So we're going to go ahead and plug it in as a Type-C input. So we're in the field. We want to charge up our flashlight battery. So we'll plug that in into the other output. Yeah, so just this is perfect aid when you're out there in the field. And the cool thing is that it's easy to travel with because of its rounded corners and its compact size. I mean, look at it compared to the Texan. It's smaller than the Texan radio. Amazing. Now the battery is charging. I want to show you that. It's got the red LED. Shows charge. And then while that's charging, I am going to bring in, I don't know how to show this on camera here. We'll do wants to walk around. I have a through night flashlight. This is 18650 powered. This carries a, okay, I guess it's going to stay there. A 3200 cell or 3400 cell. One of those two. There you are, TC15 version 3, high power. So I'm going to lay this down here. It's got a Type-C input, and I'm using a Type-C cable. So Type-C to Type-C. There we go. Nothing special on this cable because it's not anything fancy. It doesn't have power delivery over 18 watts, so it doesn't need anything super fancy. So we're just going to go ahead and find the input. There we go. Offset from the center. Now I just did a little reset there if you noticed. Okay, if you're doing charge status time, plug in the Type-C first, then your USBs. But there you go. You can see the flashlight's charging. The battery is charging. It's got a little red light there. And of course, the radio is charging. So 3 devices at once. And it's probably breaking it down into 5 volts at 1 amp each. This one's probably only taking 0.3 of an amp. This is probably taking an amp easy. And this one usually takes about a ½ amp charge, I believe. So there you go. 3 devices at once. INIU. Awesome. The B1, B5 or whatever it was, or BI, B5. Yeah. Looks like a 1. It's hard to tell. Let's go ahead and do final thoughts on this. I'm just going to unplug everything. I'll give you my opinion real quick. So, yeah, these cables, I've seen a lot of power banks with built-in cables. Not a fan of that. I do like dedicated cables. That's just me personally. Just make sure you pack some. You usually always have a ton of these laying around if you're like me. They're pretty small. Just wrap them up, put them in the pouch with the power bank, and off you go. Perfect. Glad I had a power bank. It has a little bag, carrying bag with it. So let me go ahead and just put the radio back here. And so final thoughts on this bad boy. Yeah. What the deal? 26 bucks. This amazing power efficiency, 14,182 milliamp hours. Efficiency of 99%, 73.3 watt hours delivered. It just blows my mind when you compare it against the 000mAhs. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm still trying to figure this out. Of how it's smaller and it's just slightly thicker, not much thicker, and how it does the exact same stuff and has that much higher power capability. I'm guessing just a premium battery and less money. That's another key factor. Remember, it's less money. So yeah, definitely gets the big upvote for me. Go get yourself one now. Links below. Have fun. If you need one, this is it. Get it. 20,000 milliamp hours, perfect size, I think, for most tasks. A lot of power here. 10,000s are great for size if you need something slim, but 20,000s are going to get you going. Going to keep your phone charged a lot longer. Your radio is much, much longer. Flashlights, definitely. This is a great weekender when you're out camping, out off the grid, definitely. So recommended by all day long in my book there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give a like if you did. If you like the brand, subscribe at the bell icon. I am going to get more because, heck, it's just awesome. I don't know if I'm a fan of the paw print design. You guys might like that. I don't know. I'm not really into that. It look kind of kid-like to me. This looks more masculine and cool. You know, I'm digging that. Simple. I like simple. Of course, subscribe at the bell icon. Get notified of deals, too. If this goes on sale, I will post it in my comments section. And if you had the bell icon clicked, you'll get notified of that deal, and you'll be able to jump on it before anybody else gets a chance. That's awesome. And 3, comment below what you think about this model. Do you own it? Do you know anything about the brand, or is this a first for you? Are you like, Todderbert, you've steered me towards 000mAh all this time? And I have. There is one thing I want to mention. The 000mAh Sense 8 Plus is a bad boy, and that one still gets my top vote on a 30,000 milliamp hour power bank. So if you're looking for something a little bit bigger, the 000mAh Sense 8 Plus is a monster. And if they make a 30,000, I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to compare it to that guy and just see how it compares. But that is what I will recommend over this. So yeah, just so you know, I do like 000mAh, so it's just the one Sense 8 Plus. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in my next video.